Good morning, students. Okay, so we were discussing NCERT exercise questions. 5 questions we have already discussed. Now today, question number 6. Okay, question number 6 is, a copper wire has a diameter of 0.5 millimeter and resistivity 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 ohm centimeter. How much of this wire would be required to make a 10 ohm coil? Okay, what will be the length of this wire to make its resistance 10 ohm? How much does the resistance change if the diameter is doubled? Okay, we know that. First, let's write down the quantities which are given. A diameter is given. Diameter of the copper wire is 0.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 meter. 0.5 millimeter is 0.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 meter. Okay, 0.5 millimeter. So the radius will be half of it. 0.5 upon 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 meter. Okay, and the resistivity is given as 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 8 ohm into meter. Okay, it's not in ohm centimeter, ohm into meter. Okay, so resistivity rho is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 8 ohm meter. What will be the length of the wire to make the resistance 10 ohm? Okay, now if we have to make the resistance to be 10 ohm, what will be the? You have to find out the length of the wire. Okay, we know that R is equal to rho L upon A. Resistance is given as 10 ohm. Okay, and we know that R is equal to rho L upon A. Cross sectional area is pi into R square. Pi R square is the cross sectional area of cross section any wire. If you see its cross sectional area, it will be a circle, and we know that area of a circle is pi R square. So what is the cross sectional area? Pi R square. Okay, now as you have to find out the length, bring N on one side and the length quantities on the other side. R into pi R square upon rho. Okay, so N is equal to R into pi R square upon rho. Okay, now you can substitute the values and can find out the answer. Okay, substituting the values, resistance is given as 10 ohm, pi, you can take it to be 3.14, radius is 0.5 upon 2, that is 0.25 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 square of it upon the resistivity is 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 8. Okay, simplify and get the answer. As you are finding out the length, all these are in SI units, so you will get the length in meters. So simplify it to get the answer. Hurry up, I give you 1 minute to find out the answer. Okay, as given, answer over here, I am writing directly the answer, you will solve it and then find out the answer. Okay, given on the last page, I am writing the answer. The answer is 122.7 meter. Okay, answer given over here is 122.7 meter. Okay, simplify. This is 0.25 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 whole square. That is 0.25 square into 10 raised to the power minus 3 square. 10 raised to the power minus 3 square is 10 raised to the power minus 6. Okay, you will simplify and get the answer. You will get the answer to be 122.7 meter. Okay, then The next part, there is one more part in the same question. How much does the resistance change if the diameter is doubled? Okay, if the diameter is doubled, what will be the change in the resistance? We know that resistance is inversely proportional to cross-sectional area. Resistance inversely proportional to cross-sectional area, and cross-sectional area is pi r square. So resistance is inversely proportional to r square, radius square. Okay, from this expression you can see that r is equal to rho l upon pi r square. Okay, diameter double means the resistance is the radius is also double. Okay, diameter double, that is the radius is double. What will be the change in resistance? So here we know that the resistance is inversely proportional to r square. Okay, now if the radius, diameter double means the radius is also double. So if the radius is double, now the resistance r dash will be equal to how much? 1 upon 2 whole square. That is 1 upon 4, the positional resistance. Okay, this you can also find out in this manner. Okay, resistance is inversely proportional to r square. And when the radius is doubled, will be 2r whole square. Okay, now the radius is double, radius has become 2r. So this is r dash is inversely proportional to 1 upon 4r square. Divide these two equations, r dash upon r dash upon r is equal to 1 upon 4. So r dash upon r is equal to 1 upon 4, or you can write down as r dash is equal to 1 upon 4 into r. Okay, divide the two equations. R is inversely proportional to r square, the radius square. Okay, the new resistance when the radius is doubled, let it is r dash. R dash is inversely proportional to 2 of radius whole square, that is 4r square. Now divide these two equations, you will get r dash to be 1 by 4. Capital R, that is the original resistance. So the resistance will be 1 by 4 times. Okay, then the next question is question number 7. The values of the current for corresponding values of potential difference across the resistor are given below. I is in amperes, V is in volts. Okay, and you have to find out the resistance of the resistor. Resistance is V upon I. Any value can take. The first value is V upon I 1.6 upon 0.5. Okay, you will get the resistance. The second value 3.4 upon 1. That is the resistance is 3.4 ohm. 6.7 upon 2. Again it is 3.4. 10.2 upon 3. That is again it is equal to 3.4. Okay, so what is the resistance? The resistance is 3.4 ohms. Okay, now here also you have to plot the graph. Take V along x-axis and I along y-axis, and you can plot the graph. Okay, see the potential difference. It is in the range of 1.6, 3.4, 6.7. So you can take it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, or you can plot it on the graph paper. Okay, and the value of the current, it is varying from 0.51, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So let it is 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 3 ampere, 4 ampere, and so on. Okay, now the current is 0.5 ampere at 1.6 volts. Okay, 1.5 will be somewhere at the center. So here at 1.6, the current is 0.5 ampere. So somewhere here. Okay, if you plot it on the graph paper, you will get the exact location. Okay, the second value is at 1 volt, at 3.4 volt, the current is 1 ampere. 3.5 is here, so somewhere here 3.4, the current is 1 ampere. Okay, then the next value is at 6.7 volt. The current is 2 ampere. At 6.5 millimeter center 6.7. The current is 2 ampere. Okay, this is the current. Current is 2 ampere at 6.7 volt. The next value is 10, at 10.2 volts. The current is 3 amperes. Okay, at 10.2, the current is somewhere here. This is somewhere 10.2, the current is 3 ampere. The next value is at 13.2 volts, the current is 4 amperes. Okay, 11, 12 and 13. At 13.2, the current is 4 amperes. So join all these lines, you will get a straight line. Okay, you will get a straight line. So this is the graph between V and I. Okay, also find out the resistance. The resistance you can find out by taking a triangle also. The resistance, as we know, is slope of the line. Slope of the line is tan theta. Tan theta is perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular is, here it is 1 or 1.5 whatever it is, and the base is 4. Okay, any triangle could be taken. You can take this triangle or any triangle. The resistance will be constant. Okay, you will see that as the graph is a straight line. Okay, this is a straight line. Draw it on the graph paper. Then you will see that it will be a straight line. So consider any triangle and find out tan theta. Why? Because the slope of the line will give the resistance, and how do we get the slope of the line? Tan theta. Perpendicular upon base. Consider any triangle. You will get the same resistance. Okay, then question number 8 is, when a 12 volt battery is connected across an unknown resistor, there is a current of 2.5 milliampere. Find the value of the resistance. Okay, here V and I are given. Resistance we have to find out. We know that according to Ohm's law, R is equal to V upon I. V given here is 12 volt and I given here is 2.5 milliampere. Okay, we know that the SI unit of current is ampere. So 2.5 milliampere, you will convert it in ampere. So 2.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 ampere. Okay, now you can find out the resistance. Resistance is equal to V upon I. V here is 12 upon 2.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. Okay, and you have calculated this much ohms. Okay, so on calculating, you will get the resistance to be 4800. You get the resistance to be 4800 ohm. Okay, calculated. This will go in the numerator into 10 raised to the power plus 3, 12,000 upon 2.5. Okay, you will get it to be 4800, which can be also written as 4.8 kilo ohms. Okay, divided by 1000 to get it in kilo ohms, or you can use it as such in ohms. Both are correct. Okay, then question number 9 is, a battery of 9 volt is connected in series with the resistors 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 and 12 ohm respectively. How much will be the current flowing through a 12 ohm resistor? Okay, you have to find out the current through a 12 ohm resistor. All these resistances are connected in series. We know that in series combination, the current flowing through each resistor is the same. Find out the equivalent resistance. The voltage source is given. Okay, so I is equal to V upon R. Whatever current you are getting, that current will be flowing, will be the same across each resistor, will be flowing the same through each resistor. So let's find out. Okay, question number 9. A battery of 9 volts. So V is given here as 9 volt. So write down V here is 9 volt. Okay, it is connected in series to a number of resistors. All these resistors are connected in series. So what will be the equivalent resistance in series? As we know that whenever the number of resistors are connected in series, the equivalent resistance is the sum of the individual resistances. So 0.2 plus 0.3 plus 0.4 plus 0.5 plus 12 ohm. Okay, so how many resistors? 5 resistors are connected in series, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 and 12 ohm resistor. Okay, as they are connected in series, the equivalent resistance will be equal to the sum of all these individual resistances. Okay, and added what you get? 13.3 ohms. Okay, so this is equal to 13.4. Okay, 0.2. Okay, so it is equal to 13.4 ohms. Okay, now the current in the circuit will be equal to V upon equivalent resistance according to Ohm's law. V is equal to I into R. So I is equal to V upon the equivalent resistance in series. V here given as 9 and the equivalent resistance is 13.4. Okay, find out, calculate it. You will get the current to be 0.67 amperes. Okay, so the current you will get it as 0.67 amperes. Okay, this is the current through the circuit. 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 and 12 ohm resistors. All are connected in series to a 9-volt battery. Okay, this current here is 0.67 amperes. Okay, now this current will be the same through each of these resistors. So through 12 ohm resistor also the current will be 0.67 amperes. Why? Because we know that whenever the resistors are connected in series, the current flowing across each resistor will be the same. So the current through 12 ohm is also equal to 0.67 amperes. Okay, then question number 10. How many 176 ohm resistors in parallel are required to carry 5 ampere current on a 220 volt line? Okay. So here there are a number of resistors and each resistance is having a resistance of, each resistor is having a resistance of 176 ohms. Now here you have to count, all these resistors are connected in parallel. Okay, so here we have to find out how many number of resistors are connected, each of 176 ohm are connected in parallel. Okay, to get a current of 5 ampere and the voltage line is 220 volt. Okay, so let's do it. Question number 10. The resistance of each resistor is 176 ohm. Okay, this way, like there are n number of resistors which are connected in parallel. So here you have to calculate the number of resistors which are required to carry a current of 5 ampere on a 220 volt line. So what will be the total resistance? The total resistance you can find out. Current is given 5 ampere and the voltage source is given as 220 volt. So the resistance required in the circuit, the resistance required in the circuit okay, let it is capital R. Let us put this to be small r so that there is no confusion. Okay, resistance required in the circuit is equal to V upon I. Okay, where V given over here is 220 volt and the current is 5 ampere. So calculate what will be the total resistance. The total resistance is equal to 220 upon 5. We will make it to be 44 ohms. So this is the total resistance. Okay. How many number of resistors should be connected in parallel? Each is of 176 ohm to get this resistance. This is the equivalent resistance part. From the total resistance of the circuit, we are getting it to be 44 ohms. So this is the equivalent resistance. Now each resistor is of 176. How many number of resistors are to be connected in parallel? Okay, we go back. When they are connected in parallel, the equivalent resistance, which is R. 1 upon R should be equal to 1 upon R plus 1 upon R. How many? N times n number of resistors are connected. Okay, so 1 upon capital R is equal to, take the LCM, LCM is R, 1 plus 1 plus how many times? N times. So this will be equal to N upon R. Okay, so N is equal to small r upon capital R. Where small r is the resistance of each resistor and capital R is the total resistance of the circuit, and the total resistance we are getting it to be 44. Okay, so 176 upon 44, you will get the number of resistors. Okay, when you calculate it, this comes out to be, how many are there? 4. 176 upon 44 is 4. So how many number of resistors have to be connected in parallel? 4 resistors have to be connected in parallel so that the equivalent resistance is 44 ohms. Okay, so we will find out the equivalent resistance V upon I. This is the resistance required in the circuit. Okay, how we are getting this resistance? These many resistors are there which are connected in parallel, each is of 176 ohm. So find out the number of resistors. From here you will get each resistance upon the total resistance, which is equal to 4. Okay, then the next question, question number 11. Show that how would you connect 3 resistors, each of resistance 6 ohm, so that the combination has a resistance. First part is 9 ohm and the second part is 4 ohm. Okay, let's do this question, question number 11. Okay, here given that there are 3 resistors. Each one is of 6 ohm. Okay, R1, R2, R3, each one, all 3 are equal and each one is equal to 6 ohms. Okay, now you have to connect it in such a manner that the equivalent resistance should be equal to 9 ohms. The first part is the equivalent resistance should be equal to 9 ohms. How will you connect R1, R2 and R3 to get the equivalent resistance to be 9 ohms? Okay, if we connect all of them in parallel, in series, equivalent will be equal to 6 into 3, that is 6 plus 6 plus 6, 18 ohms. So 9 ohms we are not getting. If we connect all of them in parallel, then also we are not getting to be 9, 1 upon 6 plus 1 upon 6 plus 1 upon 6, then reciprocate it, you will not get it as 9 ohms. So it is the combination of the series and parallel. Okay, by gradient trial method, let 2 6 ohm resistors are connected, R1 and R2 are connected in parallel, which is in series to R3. R3 here is also equal to 6 ohms. Now calculate. Let the equivalent of R1 and R2 is R dash. Okay, so 1 upon R dash will be equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. This is the equivalent of R1 and R2, R1, R2, each one is of 6, 1 upon 6 plus 6. So R dash will be equal to, take the LCM 6, 2 upon 6, that is 1 upon 3. R dash will be reciprocal of it, that is 3 ohms. So what is the equivalent? 3. Okay, now this R dash is in series to R3. This one is R3. Okay, now you can make a circuit. In place of R1 and R2, the equivalent is R dash. So here you will write down as R dash, which is equal to 3 ohms, which is in series to R3. R3 here is equal to 6 ohms. Okay, I am not drawing the whole circuit. Here there will be a battery and so on. I am not drawing the whole circuit, only the resistances. Now you can see here that R dash and R3 are in series. Now the equivalent resistance of these two will be sum of it R dash plus R3, that is 3 plus 6, you will get it to be 9 ohms. So how they have to be connected? Two resistances in parallel, which is in series to the third resistance. Okay, so you will get the resistance to be 9 ohms. Okay, then the second part is 2 ohms. 2 ohms less than 9 ohms. So how can we connect all these three in parallel? The second part is we have to connect the same three resistors in such a way that the equivalent resistance should be equal to 2 ohms. Okay, so if this is the minimum resistance, how can we connect all three resistances in parallel? When all three resistances are connected in parallel, the equivalent resistance 1 upon R, reciprocal of the equivalent resistance will be equal to sum of the reciprocal of individual resistance is 6. Take the LCM, numerator is 3. So R is equal to 6 upon 3, what do you get? 2 ohms. So in order to get 2 ohm resistance, we have to connect all three resistances in parallel. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Question number 12. Several electric bulbs designed to be used on a 220 volt electric supply or rated as 10 volt. How many lamps can be connected in parallel with each other across the two wires 220 volt if the maximum allowable current is 5 ampere? Okay, so the maximum current is given to be 5 amperes, the same as we have done the previous one. Okay, one question we had done, how many resistance to be connected in parallel, it is somewhat same like that, but here the power is given to you. Okay, let the resistance of each bulb, okay, a number of bulbs are connected in parallel. Okay, let the resistance of each bulb is smaller. Let resistance of each bulb, again a number of bulbs are connected in series in parallel. Resistance of each bulb is, let us consider it to be smaller. Okay, now given here that, how will you get the resistance of each bulb? Power is given, power of each bulb is given. How much is the power of each bulb? It is given to be 10 volt. Okay, and the resistance is smaller and it is connected to 220 volts. Okay, whenever connected in parallel, V will be same. Potential difference, voltage source will be the same. Okay, so here we know that V is equal to V square upon R. For one bulb we are finding out. Why? Because the power of each bulb is given. Okay, we can get the resistance of each bulb. Power of each bulb is given as 10 volt. Okay, and G potential voltage source here is given as 220 volts. Yes, then you get the resistance of each one. Resistance of each one will be equal to V square upon V. V square is 220 into 220 upon power is 10 volt. Okay, power given over here is 10 volt. So 22 into 22, 484. Okay, 10. So 4840 ohm. So the resistance of each bulb is 4840 ohms. Okay, now you have to find out how many number of bulbs should be connected so that the maximum allowable current is 5 ampere. Okay, the maximum current given over here is 5 ampere. So you can find out the total resistance. The total resistance of the circuit. What will be the total resistance of the circuit? R is equal to here V upon I. Why? Because the maximum current is given and the voltage source is given. So R is equal to V upon I. V given over here is 220 volt and the current is 5 ampere. So the total resistance of the circuit you will get and the resistance of each bulb you will get. Okay, so how many number of resistors? Each one having this has to be connected to get the total resistance this. Okay, now let's find out what is 220 upon 5. This is equal to 44 ohms. So the total resistance is 44 ohms and the resistance of each bulb is 4840 ohm. Now how many number of resistors have to be connected in parallel? We know that the reciprocal of, as they are connected in parallel, the reciprocal of the total resistance, that is the equivalent resistance, is equal to 1 upon how many bulbs? N number of bulbs are connected, the same number you have to find out. So the same way 1 upon R is equal to N upon small r. So N is equal to small r upon capital R. This is the resistance of each bulb. This is the resistance of the whole circuit. Okay, resistance of each bulb is equal to 4840 ohms and the resistance of the circuit is 44. Okay, hurry up, determine it, calculate it. Okay, on calculating, you get it to be 110. How much is it? This is equal to 110. So, how many number of bulbs have to be connected? 110 bulbs, each of resistance 4480 ohms has to be connected in parallel to get the total resistance to be 44 ohms. Okay, so this is the total resistance. Maximum current is given, V is given. You can find out the total resistance of the circuit. Okay, then the power of each bulb is given, V is given. So find out the resistance of each bulb. Now it is asked that how many number of bulbs have to be connected in parallel, each one having this resistance to get the total resistance 44 ohms. So how many number of bulbs have to be connected? 110 bulbs have to be connected. Okay, then question number 13 is a hot plate of an electric oven connected to a 220 volt line having two resistance coils A and B, each of 24 ohm, which may be used separately in series or in parallel. What are the currents in three cases? You have to find out the current in each case. Okay, when they are connected in series, first when they are connected separately. Okay, one by one, each of the coil is connected. The second, when these two coils are connected in series. The third one, when these two coils are connected in parallel. So find out the resistance of each coil. Separately, then when they are used, use the formula Ohm's law. I is equal to V upon R. Separately. Okay, when they are connected in series, again the same formula, but the resistance will change. Okay, let's do this question, question number 13. Okay, let's write the quantities which are given. V is given as 220 volt. V given as 220 volts. Then there are two coils. Okay, each one having a resistance of 24 ohms. Okay, each coil is having a resistance of 24 ohms. That is R1, R2 both are equal to 24 ohms. Okay, when they are connected separately. Okay, connected separately. You have to find out the current through each of this. Okay, let R1 only is connected, then R2 is connected. So connected separately. Current is equal to V upon R. According to Ohm's law, I is equal to V upon any one of this is connected, either R1, R2, both are equal. V given here is 220 volts and R1 or R2, V1 which is separately it is connected, it will be equal to 24. Okay, so this comes out to be 9.2 amperes. So what is the current when they are connected separately? 9.2 amperes. When they are connected in series, R1, R2 both are connected in series. Connected in series. Now the current will be equal to V upon the total resistance in series. V upon total resistance in series will be the sum of the individual resistances, that is R1 plus R2. Okay, which is equal to 220, 24 plus 24, 48. Okay, on calculating, you get it to be 4.6 ampere. So what is the current? When they are connected in series, 4.6 amperes. Now when they are connected in parallel, then the current will be equal to V upon equivalent resistance in parallel. And how will you get the equivalent resistance in parallel? 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. 24 is the LCM, 2 upon 24. So RP is equal to 24 upon 2, that is it is equal to 12 ohms. Now substitute it over here. V given here is 220 volts and this is 12 ohms. Okay, on calculating, you get the answer to be 18.3 amperes. So it is 18.3 amperes. So one by one they are connected, then the current is 9.2 amperes V upon any one of the resistors connected in series, V upon the total resistance in series, which will be the sum of individual resistances. When connected in parallel, V upon the equivalent resistance in parallel. And how will you get the equivalent resistance in parallel? By the parallel combination rule. Okay, so RP is equal to 12 ohm and you can get the current over here. Okay, now we'll continue tomorrow. So you will solve few questions are left, 14 to 18. You will solve it. Then on the next one, we'll discuss these questions.